on type of show. That's all, Jeremy. It pants on. So here we are, Friday Night Blasters Dash. You notice we are down one member. Mike has stepped out for the evening. He's got some personal stuff going on. But we'll go ahead and jump in like we normally do. We'll start with Paul with your movie quote.
This is, as most of them are these days, not a comic book movie quote. It's character. He goes, "That's not the point, Adam. I mean, the room is covered in blow. War looks like he went at it with a fucking mountain lion. I mean, the room looks like the Manson family stayed here a month. This is a major thin ice situation we got here."
Is that, I can't name that movie? The one where they go to Vegas and lose their memory?
Well, it involves
Hangover.
Vegas.
Hangover?
It's not Hangover. It's older.
Now, I guess the word blow hasn't been used in a long time.
It has a comic book movie connection in that what's his name that directed the first two Iron Man movies, isn't it?
Jon Favreau. Oh, is this not Swingers? Is it Swingers?
Nope. It's a very, very black comedy.
I think I know the one you're talking about. It's got Christian Slater in it, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I know the movie you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it though.
It's called Very Bad Things.
Yeah, that's it. Very Bad Things.
That's right. They go to Vegas. They get a hooker, and the hooker gets killed in a hotel room.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
I love that movie because you just keep watching it, and you're like, "This can't get any worse," and then it gets worse.
Isn't Jeremy Piven in that movie?
Yes.
I love
Jeremy Piven, Christian Slater,
Daniel Stern.
Yep, Daniel Stern's in it.
Marv.
Oh, like when Daniel Stern drives the car into his brother. I was like, you cannot be kidding.
Okay, Jeremy, you're up with your quote.
Okay, mine is not a comic book movie, and it is a comedy. And the quote is, "You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?"
Angels in the Outfield.
No, it's a baseball movie though. It's a cult classic baseball movie.
Bull Durham.
No,
I don't know many other classic.
Yeah, that's about the only one I can think of that would be considered a cult classic.
Okay, it's Major League.
Oh, dude, what was his name in that movie? What was his name?
Rick Wild Thing.
Wild Thing, yeah.
Rick Wild Thing Vaughn.
Okay, mine is. I don't think it's
comically flawed. An SS comic reader got that.
Mine's not a comic book movie. Maybe it has been a comic at one time after the movie came out, but I don't know for sure. Kay, check it. Well, when do I get my little flashy thingy memory messer upper?
Men in Black.
Men in Black. It is correct. 1997. Men in Black. Did you want to do an update on chat, Paul, and kind of give us a rundown who's in here?
Yep. I was just thinking about that. We've got Jason Smith in here, Comically Flawed, SS Comic Reader, Black Pole, Hooded Hero, Count Von Strange showed up. Let me see. Comically Flawed wins for being the first non-member in the show, which earned him some grief from me. And everybody's talking about Joe Boo.
Joe Boo?
Yeah.
Yep. And there's JLS Comics popping in. I hope to be more on my game today because I figured it out last week. I was not drinking, so.
And what are you drinking tonight there, Paul?
I am drinking Bellhaven Wee Heavy Scottish Ale.
I actually am drinking tonight, too. I'm drinking Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
I saw the green label. I said that's got to be Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Yeah, for a hippie like me out here in Oregon. So we'll go ahead and jump into the comics. And we'll go start with Trinity tonight since you started out with the movie quotes.
All right. My first is Batman 27. not a lot happened that had to do with the story to me. In my opinion, it was a blast. I know I've been loving Batman lately, but this issue was just it just wasn't that great to me. I can't even remember really a lot of stuff. I know it had a lot to do with Kite Man. But yeah, it was a blast to me. I actually picked up the B cover for it. I made it out to a shop Wednesday night. And I picked up just 2 books. I picked up this and another book that I'll review later. But yeah, I had it coming, but I wanted to go ahead and have it and read it because I liked both covers. I figured I'd stop in and grab that one. It seemed a little harder to find, and I just, like I say, it had a lot to do with Kite Man, and it didn't really do much for me. So it was a blast. I'm gonna keep picking up Batman, but that issue just wasn't that great to me.
Yeah, I think that's it. Paul didn't read it. It didn't really fit in with the. Is it part of the jokes and rill? Oh, it's an interlude, I guess. So it was okay. I don't think it had a cool splash page with the Joker and the bar fight scene. That was pretty badass. I thought that was cool. I did like where the guy Kite Man, he's talking to his son when he's younger, and his son says, "Go into hell" or something like that, and he says, "Don't use that language." He just says, "Hell yeah," that's what he says. And that's what he says at the very end of the book. That's what Kite Man says, because that's what his son said. I am getting a little irritated with DC putting the 2-page freaking Snickers ad again in the center of the book. That's getting
I know, man.
annoying.
I was reading that, and then I was reading, and I turned the page, and I saw the flash. I was like, wait, where did he come from? And then I got to reading it, and I was like, wait a minute. And I looked, it was an ad. I was like, wait a minute.
I wonder if Kite Man's going to play a bigger part in this whole jokes and riddle war. But we'll see. But it says, this has a Kite Man Part 1, so we're going to get another Part 2, I guess. And it also has a little excerpt from Miracle Man that's coming out too. So, I'm sorry, not Miracle Man, Mr. Miracle. So,
yeah. But
I just rather get along with the whole storyline, unless Kite Man plays this bigger role that we don't know yet.
Right.
I'd just rather have the original story and just move on out. So,
I agree.
It's a blast for me just because it doesn't. The cover kind of doesn't really give into what the story's talking about. But since I'm on me, I guess I'll go ahead and start on my first book. Where I got my books scattered everywhere. My first book is Betty Page #1. This is the cover swipe from a Dave Stevens. This is a Terry Dodson. Yeah, this is the Terry Dodson cover. So
is that Bobcat Goldthwait?
No, it's not Bobcat Goldthwait. Kind of, so this story actually talks about Betty Page being a secret agent, essentially, or moving into that realm of, but it's still 1951, I think. Is that what it was, Paul? The year?
Yeah, I think it was set like early 50s.
Yeah. The art, I mean, I love the cover art. Of course, anything that's Dave Stevens esque is all right in my book. The interior art is okay. It's hit and miss. Some panels look like Betty Page a lot. Some don't. Can I really buy Betty Page being this secret spy and stuff? No, not really. So this is definitely a blast for me. It's not. I am picking up issue 2 because I like the cover of issue 2, but other than that, it's a blast for me. It's I don't think it's that great. Paul, what about you? What do you think?
The book is weird, but to paraphrase Betty in the book, I kind of like weird. I mean, it's Betty Page. I mean, sex icon. So yeah. I'm probably going to keep buying it, just if only just for the covers. It may just be for the covers. But, I mean, you got Betty Page with crazy cults and rocket science, so maybe it'll go somewhere that gets really interesting. So I'll give it a soft stash.
A lot more paper. And you didn't read that one, Jeremy. No. But if you want to give us your next book, Paul.
My next book is Pestilence 3. Which is one of my co-picks of the week. This book is fantastic as always. Bonus points for using the phrase "fucking heathen cunts." It's I love the idea of zombies not being totally mindless, that they have some kind of organization towards the end of the book that does not bode well for our team. This is good stuff for sure. I'm going to keep picking this up. It was amazing.
Jeremy, what do you think of Pestilence number 2?
Number 3, it's a stash. Yeah, just like Paul said, when the zombies started having like where they could organize and kind of like communicate with each other and set ambushes and traps and stuff, that had me sold. And then like when you know, I'm not going to go into any more of the story because if anybody hasn't read it, because yeah, it's a stash for me.
Oh, and I would like to point out that they had very conveniently placed shadows for the naked hanging men. That was
yeah.
So question though here, are there only 2 members left of the original? Oh, it says right here at the beginning of the book.
I think there's there's 4.5, I think.
Because their friend's still a zombie and he's still carrying them around. Yep. They end up want to use him for experiments. Yeah, this is definitely a good book. I mean, I love the fact of the zombies being the part of the Black Plague. You know, that's the cause of the Black Plague. We have talked about that before. And it is, like you said, it's adding something different in there, that the zombies know when to retreat. They know when to attack. They're attempting to pick up weapons, which is something I don't think you've really ever seen other than what is that, Dawn of the Living Dead, when that one zombie Bub, they train him to shoot the gun. I mean, that's the only thing I remember a zombie actually learning a skill or trying to remain somewhat human and have those thoughts. But definitely it's a stash for me. I think it only runs 5 issues long. I could be mistaken, but yeah, definitely a stash for me. Jeremy, what's your next book?
We'll go ahead and do my only other DC book for the week, and that is Trinity number 11. I've got the Bill Sienkiewicz or whatever you say it's the name cover, and I dug it. It's not my pick of the week or anything like that, but it's, you know, there's the Watchtower got infected with these. Any of you guys reading Trinity?
I'm not right now.
I think I'm still picking it up, but I'm so far behind on it. I'm probably 4 issues behind on it.
Okay, well, like the Watchtower had got infected by some kind of aliens or something like that when they went up there, and they had attached on to like a Wonder Woman and Jessica and Simon and all this kind of stuff. And they were like Superman. They actually tore Cyborg limb for limb. He was about to die, and they put him into safe mode and was going to take him down into the bottom of the ship and use the reserve power from one of the escape pods to resuscitate him and stuff. It's got to do with that. The Watchtower's, you know, hurtling toward Earth, but I won't tell you how it ends. But yeah, it's a stash for me. I'm digging Trinity. I'm actually liking Trinity a lot better than I'm liking Justice League right now. So
yes, I dropped Justice League a long time ago too.
You like it because they named the book after you.
Okay. Let's see. Read that. Let's go. Let me try to find one that I read. I think I was the only one that read it. Dad, I want to go. I want to go over Teen or Super Sons, but you haven't read it yet. You mute yourself. Mute.
Yeah, like where I won't hear you what you're saying.
Okay, you go ahead and do that because I do want to talk about it.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No. So, and this Super Sons number 6, this continues to be really good. Oh my God, what's his name? Damien ends up bringing Jonathan into the team, kind of introducing him, but he ends up leaving him high and dry. And he kind of treats him like crap because he's not a teen. He's only 10 years old. He brings that up all the time. You're not a teen, so you can't be a Teen Titan. This has another reveal of an older character. I will go ahead and spoil it, and it is where is it?
Hold it up so Jeremy gets a good view.
Yeah, don't look. Close your eyes, Jeremy. This is time. I guess it's Time Commander. So a character. What I think his first appearance is Brave and the Bold '54 or something like that. So he goes a ways back. So it is really cool to see another character kind of come back into the fold. Now at the very end of the book, I'll just say that Damien looks like a shriveled up Ross Perot. I'll leave it at that. It's definitely a stash for me. It has been. It's been continued to be a good book. And Jeremy,
yeah.
Okay, good. You couldn't hear me?
No, I couldn't hear nothing you said.
Okay, good. Damien died. Moving on.
Okay. I know better than that. He's done died one time.
Okay. Paul, what's your next book?
Let's do my other co-pick of the week. I think I'm the only one that read it, and that's Generation Gone. This book was awesome. I mean, my background's in network security, so it really hit my sweet spot. It's about a bunch of hackers who, some scientist working for DARPA finds out that they're hacking into DARPA, and he's working on this project. And he sends some viral code back through their PCs, which basically reprograms their DNA, and they get superpowers. It's just awesome, trippy stuff. The art is really good. The book was crazy good. I liked it a lot.
Okay, moving on. Before we move on from you, why don't you give us an update on chat? We've had quite a few new people pop in.
Yep. Starting with Mighty LJ just popped in.
Yep.
Let's see. Who else is new in here? I think I got SS. There are reviews for the Batcave is in here. Great Legend is here. Drew Manchu. Johnny DeCosta D Comics. Tats in here. Hooded Hero. Jack Yo. And Bruce Zayas is in the house.
Uh-huh.
Looks like there's quite a bit of chat going on.
Cool. Thank you much. I just sent Bruce Zayas a whole box of oh my goodness, can't think of his name. The damn rabbit.
Usagi Yojimbo.
Yeah, Usagi Yojimbo. Yeah, I got a local guy I know had almost the whole run of the first series.
Oh,
and
Nice.
Jack Yo agrees with me that Generation Gone is pick of the week.
Oh well, I passed on it. It was, yeah, howdy, yeah,
Yeah, you passed on it for Moonstruck.
Well, now I picked a Moonstruck because I got the retailer, one per retailer variant. Trinity, we'll move on to you. What's your next book?
My next book will be one of my co-picks of the week, Astonishing X-Men #1. I really dug that book. There's a surprise ending. A really big character comes back at the very end of the book. I won't spoil it for anybody. But yeah, it was a #1, so I figured I'd hop on there. I know the cover, one of the incentive covers, it makes you think Wolverine's coming back, but spoiler alert, it's not him. But yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to say too much, but I know Mike liked it because it's got Psylocke in it. That's one of his favorite characters, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's got to do with Psylocke and what's the Shadow King? Is that his name?
Yeah, I do remember that. That was the guy that had the kind of looked like Kingpin, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, he's the Shadow King's using telepathy, like he's infecting and killing telepaths all over the world or whatever, and he infects her and takes over her. But yeah, that's really, really good. I liked it.
Oh my goodness, my thing about fell on me.
Co-pick of the week.
Well, I'll talk about this with my camera all jacked up. Let's see here. I can fix it without making myself look like an idiot here.
There you go.
That ship has sailed, dude.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I'm not sure what exactly the team is yet for this book. We do know it's Psylocke. We do know it's Old Man Logan and Gambit. Angel, Bishop's in there. Beast is in there. Rogue is in there. Was Mystique in there? She was Mystique on the cover. I don't remember seeing her in there.
I didn't see her in there either.
Yeah, huge reveal. So yeah, Psylocke ends up getting attacked by, like you said, some psychonetic thing, and she ended up calling out all these other X-Men which come to help her out, and they end up going into the astral plane. She ends up sending, who was it? Rogue and Beast. This one guy, I don't remember his name. He's with Gambit.
Phantom X.
Phantom X.
That's what.
Okay.
I'd never even heard of that guy before, but.
So she sends Gambit, Old Man Logan, Rogue, Beast, Phantom X, and maybe herself into the Phantom Plane, or I'm sorry, the Phantom Astral Plane, and that's where the big reveal is right there toward the end of the book. I mean, it's pretty big. I told Paul what it was, but he doesn't read Marvel because what's he think of Marvel?
Fuck Marvel.
Yep, that's what Paul thinks of Marvel. So I spoiled it for him already. It's a stash. I'll probably pick up issue 2 to see if this is the real deal or what they're going to do with it. And with that, we'll go ahead and jump to Paul with your next book. I'm going to try to fix my stuff, and hopefully I'll get done quick enough.
And I will start reading Marvel if they get away from the SJW bullshit, which they may be doing. So, my next book is Sisters of Sorrow. This was a pretty damn good book. I've always been a fan of Kurt Suter's work. Definitely his work. Brutal violence. Bad guys getting their just due. Really want to see where this is going. It has the potential to be really, really awesome. Definite stash.
What were we talking about? I missed your first.
Sisters of Sorrow.
Oh, okay. So that way I know. Jeremy, what'd you think of that?
I liked it. I didn't even know it was Kurt Sutter until afterwards. But I love Sons of Anarchy. I never read nothing else he's wrote. I don't think as far as comics and stuff goes though. But when I first started reading this, I thought it was going to go this SJW route with the whole, the way it was going. And the way it looked or whatever, and the way it started out, I was like, well, this is going to be a man bashing fest, But no, it actually wasn't. It was like Paul said, it's a revenge story kind of, and it was really good. I liked it. It wasn't wasn't one of my picks of the week, but I really liked it.
Yeah, I read it too. Yeah, I was pretty excited when I saw Kurt Sutter. He wrote another book last summer, and I forgot what the name of it was. But he's done Sons of Anarchy. He's also done The Shield. If anybody's watched The Shield on FX,
that's where he got his start. Really.
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah. So I definitely like his writing style. He has that. I don't know even how to describe his writing style, but I do enjoy it. I was a little misleaded. I thought I was going to see nuns and machine guns in here, but that's not the case. You don't see that. I guess the sisters they're talking about are the sisterhood of these battered women that are in this shelter. Maybe that's what it is, or maybe they take on this persona as nuns later on. I mean, they've already done their, I guess, 2 things of revenge. One was kind of impromptu. It happened on the spot. The other one was a little more planned out. So. And I don't know if this is ongoing or just a mini-series.
I think this one's an ongoing.
Is it?
And he's got they're doing a spin-off show from Sons of Anarchy starting soon.
Is that to do with the
Mayans? Okay,
yeah. But this was okay. I thought it was. I'll definitely check out issue 2 to see what it's like. I like a good revenge story. And it's a little different take on it too, so definitely that's a stash for me. And then I guess we'll jump into with Trinity. Was your next book, I guess, because Paul did that one as his last book, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, my next book will be another co-pick of the week for me, and that was Secret Empire #6. Once again, another huge character comes back, and when he did, it was freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to spoil it because if you people hadn't read it yet, then I'm not going to spoil it. I know Paul probably already knows because Dave might have told him.
I did.
But when Dave got it, I wasn't even going to read this because I kind of fell off reading it. But when Dave said a big character comes back in this one, I was like, well, I'm going to hop on there and read it. And I'm glad I did. I didn't know really a lot that was going on, but I still kind of knew the gist of what was going on. And yeah, it was pretty cool. I'd say I'd stash it. I'll finish reading it. It's a co-pick of the week for me. Not my pick of the week, but a co-pick of the week.
The story is still pretty convoluted on what's going on. I mean, when we have these major crossover like this, with all these characters coming in. I mean, we have the Steve Rogers from the alternate universe that's getting tied up and held captive by the Red Skull, and the Red Skull's kind of torturing him. I'm wondering if that's the Steve Rogers that's going to end up taking over the Captain America mantle after all this is going down. You know, the good, wholesome Captain America coming back in and destroying this Hydra one. Who knows? But yeah, it has a big reveal in it. It almost has two kind of big reveals because the other character, which I'll go ahead and give the other character away, it's the Thing, which would make Rob ever so happy. It's one of his favorite characters. Yeah, so and it's got a lot more action in this book than other ones in the past. Other ones have been this build up and story, not a whole lot of action. This had a lot of action. This is getting better and better. It's a stash for me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on. And hopefully we'll get some vindication and get the good Cap back and not deal with this what's the word I'm looking for? This Cap that's flipped sides. So
Hydro Cap.
Hydro Cap, yeah, but he's a not a defector. I'm trying to think of the word. Traitor. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. It's my turn to go, and it is going to be. This is definitely my pick of the week. Now, this is what I would call the anti-Marvel, the anti-social justice warrior. And if this is what you're looking for in a comic book, this is what you need right here. Jimmy's Bastards. Dude, this has been a riot. Dude, Garth Ennis is killing it. I love it because now they're talking about, I'm trying to remember what they're talking about. Oh, they think this new gang is called the Gender Fluids. And so that cracks me up right from the beginning right there. I mean, I was 2 pages in, I read that, and I'm like, oh, God, gotta love it. And I'm trying to think, I'm flipping through my book here. And he's just a total dick. And, I mean, the James Bond-esque, person that's, womanizer and everything else like that. It's kind of nice to see something a little different, versus, oh, God, I forgot about that. That one, the one bartender in the bar, he flips sides. He's telling information to Jimmy. And the only reason he's telling information to Jimmy is because they have his testicles. And thing, and they're saying, hey, we're gonna give it back, but you got to do what we tell you to. So, dude, come on, testicles being held hostage, gotta love it. Definite stash for me, and I can't wait for issue 3 to come out. And Paul, what'd you think of that one?
It's fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you caught it, but the bartender was Idi Amin.
He was what?
Idi Amin, the former dictator of Sudan or whatever.
Oh, so no, I didn't catch that.
And I love everything about that book. I mean, I've loved pretty much everything Garth Ennis has ever done, but he's hitting on all cylinders here. Just skewering today's idiocy as far as society, and I love everything about this book. And I will continue to buy it as long as he will do it.
Yeah, it's definitely the anti-PC. It's that I think that's what I dig about it so much. And he takes out a chopper with a golf ball. That's the very first of it.
No, he takes out 2.
Well, yeah, he hits the one chopper, and the chopper blends into and chops that guy's face off with the propeller. Whack.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been pretty badass. I guess we'll go ahead and your next book, Paul.
I don't know if I have any more. Let me check. Nope, we got all mine.
Okay. Jeremy?
My last book is my pick of the week, and that is Kill the Minotaur #2. I meant to get this when the first one came out. I meant to read it because I read the preview for it in the back of some book. I don't know which book it was. But when I watched Dave's video where what he's pulling on this month, and I was like, I'm gonna go get it since it came out this week. It's just issue #2. I'm gonna read 1 and 2, and I loved it, man. It's I like stuff like that where they like those like Roman times and Athens and stuff like that. But when they got put in the what's it called? I can't think of it right now. It's the labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff in there that seemed pretty cool to me. That mystical water, and the one chick was telling him not to drink because he'll just like fantasize the whole time or something like that. It was cool to me. That's my pick of the week.
Yeah, it was still pretty good. I totally forgot this came out this week, and I had to run back to the store and go get it. But this is definitely cool too. I actually love this book. It's a co-pick of the week, right behind Jimmy's Bastards. We actually get to see the Minotaur. I guess it's a Minotaur. It kind of looks like a Minotaur toward the end of the book. I'm not sure if that's the actual Minotaur, but it is pretty badass. So we have I think 5 people that got through that crack or something like that. That are now the team's all split up because there are like 10 people total. But it's definitely a good book. And main character's name that I can't remember his name.
Theseus.
Yes. And it's good. I love it. I actually love the art, and the story's good. Paul, you had one comment you want to make. You didn't get a chance to read this yet, but you flipped through the book.
I would just like to say that the first issue was amazing. I can't wait to read the second one. But flipping through the book, it does look like at one point that the group of them are climbing into a giant for JJ.
That closes on him.
Yes, it does.
So Jeremy has gone mute. You don't have more books. I got a couple more books. The Courier issue 4. This is number 4 in a 5-part miniseries. This is still good. Although if next issue wraps up everything, it's got a lot to wrap up, and it's hard to see where they're going to wrap up that in such a short book. One thing I do not like about Cinescope is it feels like a thick book. You're like, oh, cool, awesome, thick book. Freaking like 10, 15 pages at the end are all ads. That kind of sucks, but it's still a good book. I'm going to finish that miniseries out. The other one I did pick up, and I wasn't going to pick it up, and the only reason I did was because it was the 1 per retailer variant. I grabbed it off the shelf. I'm just going to say it's not my kind of book. That's all. I don't want to bash it too bad. There might be somebody out there that may love this book. Not me. It's not speaking to me. So this is a blast for me. And those are all my books. Jeremy, do you have any other books you want to talk about?
No, that's it.
Okay. So then we'll move on to the Kickstarter corner. I have the page up. Paul, do you want to go ahead and start in on it? And I'll screen share the...
Sure. The book we're doing this week is called Patriotika. Story is by Ron Z. Art by Antipus. The book was pretty good. I mean, it starts with Athena at the aftermath of some battle. You don't really know what's going on, but she says she needs to find a host. And I don't know if it's a beach in LA or whatever, but she finds this girl, Erin, and bonds with her just as some war wraith attacks. And she has to give some of her power to Erin to defeat it. Erin starts learning how to use her powers. So, I mean, we're standard origin story stuff. And then she sees on the news about some U.S. soldiers being attacked. And she goes to save them, and in the last panel, it looks like what appear to be some Egyptian gods show up and are ready to attack her. The art was incredible. I mean, I don't know how this guy's not working for a major at this point. And the story was really good. It hints at and I think this is the plan for this guy. He's starting a group that they want to have a much wider superhero universe with a number of books. So I like the idea of having a shared universe, which you often don't get with a lot of the smaller indies. Like the battling gods aspect of it. Sure way to get Paulie to like a book is to get the Egyptian gods and goddesses into it. So I'm looking forward to reading more of this. How about you, Dave?
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
I think your audio just died, dude. Well, I guess.
Hey, there we go. My audio back now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was about to send LJ to look for you.
Huey's down. Huey's down. Like
a piper is down.
The art was good. I love the art in there. The story was a little slow for me, but I understand too that they're, like you said, they're trying to do this world building into this. The aspect was kind of cool that, you know, she wanted to pick the bigger friend of the girls that were there. They ended up walking away, and she was the only choice left, and she was one of the smaller people. But she ended up bonding with her, and so, you know, that's kind of cool. Not picking the normal like big superhero type already physique, picking the smaller girl and making her kind of do throwing her into that superhero kind of world. Some of the aspect is cool. Her uniform changes. She can change it, you know, however she wants to make it look like she was getting fired upon by the U.S. soldiers at first because they thought she was the enemy. She ended up changing it to, let me scroll down here, similar to what this is right here. That may be the uniform that she was wearing. Then they quit shooting. I do like the aspect of different gods coming in and fighting. Like I said, here we have Greek gods, now the Egyptian gods. That would be kind of a cool story. I think I would love to see that because we've all read stories, I think, pretty much about the Greek gods battling each other or Egyptian gods, but never really that back and forth between the two different type of gods. That's interesting to me. So I'm definitely looking forward to grabbing issue 2. I think these guys you said are at the San Diego Comic-Con currently, right?
Yeah, I was talking to him Wednesday. He was driving out there. And
yeah.
I think he's only going to be there till today. He said it just gets, you know, like he doesn't have a booth because he probably doesn't have $45,000 hanging around. But
yeah,
he said Saturday and Sunday gets really crazy. But he said he's been meeting a lot of other creators and hanging out with them and having a good time.
Yeah. So yeah,
it's the art on that book.
Let me pop back over there and check it out.
I saw it said something about original art by Stephen Butler, and that's that guy. He was at our local con here.
Well, I know they do have a number of variant covers, and
okay.
I think the main art is done by I think it's Antipus or something like that.
See, Runzi is the writer, right?
Yep.
Runzi, okay.
Because I know the Stephen Butler guy, when it was advertising for that con, it said he did work for Marvel.
Yeah,
maybe DC before.
They did have I mean, this book is very well. I mean, I think they're so far.
The art looks great.
They're 9,000 above their funding level, which is why they've got stretch goals for each level. Each 1,000 they get above their goal. So I know that if you order a print copy, it's going to have some extras added. I think they have a pinup on the inside back cover, and I think there may be an extra variant cover.
I'm trying to. Says lines by Antipus. I don't know who that is. Is that a person or is that a company, or do we know?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Okay.
I just know it's good.
Yep. It's published by Mount Olympus Comics. So and that is the only book we have this week. I get. Do we want people to send us messages if they find something, or if somebody creators out there watching the show, send us a message.
Oh, sure, absolutely. If you've got a project out there that you think looks good, or if you're a creator and you want us to take a look at your project, let us know on the Facebook page, or I think we've been starting to monitor the Twitter now too. So
yeah. Twitter's been moving pretty good. I mean, we only have 106 or 107 followers right now, but it's a totally different audience, which is nice to grab that different audience besides what's on YouTube and besides what's on the Facebook group. So, do you have a little bit of movie news? Are we going to jump into that, or are we going to do what are we going to do, Paul?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do some. I'll go ahead and do some movie news.
Okay.
I got some. Let me see if I can get this. Okay, now. And the first off, we just got this tonight. Spawn remake officially resurrected with Get Out producer, and it's been Jason Blum heads the production company behind films like The Get Out, The Purge, and Split, and now he's aboard the Spawn remake. McFarlane, who already wrote the first draft of the screenplay, is set to direct the film. That was his big announcement for Comic-Con, which Blumhouse's, they're pretty big, you know. Like I said, they did some pretty big films as of late, so I just don't know about McFarlane directing it, producing it, writing it, and probably starring in it. No, I'm playing. But what do y'all think about that?
my biggest problem with it is I have serious doubts about them being able to do a good Spawn movie on a $10 million budget.
That's what I was wondering too.
To do it right, you're going to need a significant amount of CGI, and I don't. What are they going to have? Some dude in a fucking Violator mask?
$10 million budget? That's what they're trying to make this movie with?
He said, yeah, that's what he said. He said, I think I can make it with a $10 million budget.
People must either be doing it pro bono and hoping to get money on the back end of it or something. I mean, for $10 million, dude, you can't hardly make crap.
Well, what's funny is I saw one story where they were talking about it, and McFarlane had said he's got an Oscar-winning actor who's been interested in comic movies or who would line up for this, and everybody's like, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx won't even look at the movie for $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I'm like you. I don't know how they're going to do it on $10 million. But
I mean, I think the Spawn movie back in the '90s had a budget bigger than $10 million.
Probably did.
I'll look it up. Okay. I mean, I'd like to see it, but I would need a bigger budget to make it, or you're going to fall in that same trap of. I mean, I guess the special effects were decent for the time the movie came out, but they were still pretty crap.
Yeah.
I
mean, these days you probably couldn't do Clerks for $10 million, which was one guy in a black and white camera.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It says they made The Get Out for $4.5 million production budget, and that movie didn't have no CGI. So, or none that that you would think would be Spawn level.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that he says he wants to go for a hard R on it, and he wants to really play up the horror aspects of it. But what are you going to do?
Right.
So the original Spawn had a budget of $40 million.
See,
and it box office at $87 million. So it doubled its money. So it made money. I mean, I don't know how much if they went over budget or anything, but
47 million back then's got to be like 60 million now.
Yeah.
But it was pretty bad. So
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop on to the next one because I don't the next one we got here's what we saw in the Marvel's first look at Avengers Infinity War. The footage began as a retrospective on the 10-year history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We saw the destroyed Stark Tower from the end of the Avengers, Captain America and Iron Man's origins, the Infinity Stones, Thor's hammer, and various other scenes and motifs from the 16 Marvel Cinematic Universe films, all culminating in a shot of Thanos picking up the Infinity Gauntlet. But then Thor slammed into the windshield of the Guardians of the Galaxy starship and was brought aboard. This kicked off a montage of fresh scenes from Infinity War, which will see most heroes from the MCU colliding. We saw the return of Loki as he graped the Tesseract, and as well as Iron Man and the Guardians. There was also Thanos battling Star-Lord, Peter Parker in the new Spider-Man suit at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming, and a bearded, messy-haired Captain America. And I know on Collider, there was Mark Ellis, I think's his name, was talking about, he was the only one on the show that saw it. And he said there's a shot of Thanos holding the moon. And he said, you're thinking, what is Thanos doing holding this moon? And all of a sudden, he throws the moon at the Guardians of the Galaxy. So, I mean,
is that up on YouTube yet? I've looked for that. I've seen like some cam ones, but you can't really tell anything what's going on.
Well, they did this at D23, and the speculation was that they were going to drop the footage tomorrow in Hall H at SDCC.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I know Marvel and DC is supposed to have, big presentations tomorrow. So I figured we might get it tomorrow. But, and on this same theme, here we're going to show, this says, this ain't, there it is. Marvel Studios reveals first look at the Black Order in the Avengers Infinity War. And I got another tab that shows the picture up close. There's the Black Order. They're going to be in Avengers Infinity War. And it says Children of Thanos revealed. I know nothing about them. I figured you guys do, though. So.
I don't. Paul might.
I know a little bit about them, but I'm just going to wait to see them on screen.
Yeah, that's the way of me. I don't know anything about them.
If anything, Mike would probably know. Mike's a big Thanos fan.
Right. I didn't think, Mike would. That one guy looks way bigger than Thanos.
Yeah.
But since none of us know anything about it, I'm going to go on to the next one. It says Nightwing director wants to cast someone who loves the character as much as he does. And it says, this is Chris McKay tweeting out, the story of Dick Grayson becoming Robin, then becoming Nightwing played out for us, the audience, in the comics in real time. It wasn't a flashback. We experienced it. So all of the Robin Nightwing successes and failures we were along for the ride. And people that underestimated Robin or dismissed him perhaps had their opinions changed as we watched him grow up right in front of us. His relationships, his conflicts with Batman, it all felt real to me because he was the window character with which we experienced Gotham City. And then a fan said that they hope Nightwing actor loves character as much as he does. And he stated it's a requirement due to all the martial arts, gymnastics, and stunts that the role will require. So what do y'all think about that? Like, who would you cast for Nightwing?
There have been speculations on Adam Driver.
I don't know about Adam Driver. I would say, I know this is a lot of people's going to probably hate me for this, but I'm going to say Zac Efron.
Oh, my goodness. No. I hate you for that.
I want someone with the body of Zac Efron that looks kind of like Adam Driver needs to eat a sandwich before he becomes fucking Nightwing. 38 pounds, so he can wait.
The thing about Zac Efron, though, if you watched him in some of his serious, things, not stuff like Baywatch and stuff where he's acting stupid, I'd say Zac Efron can act, man. Zac Efron can pull that off, and he just needs a film to where something like this to show this side of his acting ability, and I think he can nail it.
See, I disagree with that. I think he needs to be in something else that's kind of similar that would show where you could play in this. I think if he were to jump into Nightwing right now, it would be a total disaster. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. And then, not that I hate Zac Efron, and I think he can okay act, but I think he needs to do something a little different and then move into the character. I mean, show people you can take it seriously. Versus, I think if he got it got announced that he was cast, he might get a lot of flack online about that.
He's one of those guys that I don't think I could, if he took the role, I don't think I could ever get past this is Zac Efron. I could never see him as Nightwing. You know, it just doesn't mesh for me.
Yeah,
you know,
I'll tell you somebody else who I'd like to see. I think could do it, and he was kind of like teased as being that in the Nolan trilogy, and that's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I think he could pull it off too.
How tall is Nightwing though?
I don't know.
Go ahead, sorry.
I mean, camera tricks that can make you look taller.
It depends on what. I mean, if they're going for the transition from Robin to Nightwing, Joseph Gordon-Levitt ain't 20 anymore.
Right, that's true.
I think
it all depends on
what story they want to tell.
Yeah. Which I figure that with Ben Affleck being Batman, they would have to go with an older. You know what I'm saying? Unless they're going like flashback.
Nightwing's not as tall as I thought he was. He's only 5'10", according to my DC encyclopedia.
Yeah, because he was a trapeze artist.
You're a fucking nerd.
According to my DC Comics Ultimate Character Guide, Paul is a raging douchebag.
Well, I'm not going to say
that. That's not a secret. You don't need a guide for that.
I have that, but I wasn't going to say anything. But I'm going to go on to the next story right here. We got confirmation. Shazam to begin production in early 2018, but may not include The Rock. And, of course, it says, this next tab says, Shazam movie won't feature The Rock as Black Adam. And let's see, this is where, I'm hearing Shazam goes into production in February. Maybe one of today's new DCEU dates could be that film. And then Justin Kroll replied, unless Dwayne isn't in the film, that production info is wrong. And he says he's not in it. So cue our next tab that says Black Adam will be the main villain in Man of Steel 2.
Huh.
And I actually think this would work. Because the people were speculating when they saw this picture right here on Instagram a while back, and I actually think this would work because Black Adam, he has magic, so that's one of Superman's big weaknesses is magic. I don't know, and with somebody like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, you have to give him a bigger movie or something to keep him. I don't know. What do y'all think about that? Y'all think I honestly would rather see Brainiac as the villain, but I mean, even if they introduced, it just introduced him. Jason Smith said Ben won't be Batman after Justice League. Yeah, he will.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of speculations going on right now that he won't.
Yeah, it is a whole bunch of speculation, but it's the same story that's been going around. And it's just, to me, it just seems suspicious that the day before they have their big Hall H panel and everything, that this same story gets dropped again, and I don't know, man. I don't buy it. I don't buy it that he wants out. I really don't. But I know some news that's going to, this next panel is Great Legend is still in here. He might like this. If my tab will load. Dr. Doom film coming from Legion's Noah Hathaway. He dropped this in a panel and he said, I'm developing a film for Fox, and I'll just say 2 words, Dr. Doom. What do y'all think?
Oh,
I got 2 words. Fuck Fox. They don't know what to do with Fantastic Four.
Now you just give it up.
Well, the Doom from the earlier Fantastic Four movie, not the one from the 90s or whatever that was, the one with Chris Evans as Human Torch. that Doom was better than the Doom they had in that other crappy remake they did.
Yeah. I mean, it's just give it back, Fox. Every time you try to do one of these movies, it ends up like a monkey trying to fuck a football.
Okay. Yeah, just give the Fantastic Four back to Marvel already. I mean, I just, I guess some people will watch it. I think they're just doing this so they don't have to give up the rights. Because don't it say if they keep making a movie or something like that, they don't have to give it up?
Yep, they have to make a movie. I think, I don't know what standard. I think it's 7 years, but they, whatever the contract says, that they have to make a movie every so many years to maintain the rights.
Yeah. And I know the guy that made the last one was wanting to like reboot it with the same cast, and everybody from that cast said nope, they're not. They wouldn't sign on to do it, so or they wouldn't come back and do it. But my last little piece right here, it says David Ayer. Where'd it go? David Ayer reveals why he's making Gotham City Sirens. It's a story about 3 fantastic women who are trying to find their way in the world and realize that they have more power together than they do individually. Ayer said, "I have daughters, and I want to create something that might be able to help them get along in the world a little bit." To be honest with you, I don't think we need a Gotham City Sirens movie. So, I mean,
it's all about sex appeal at that point. I mean, adding those 3 characters together, that's what it's about.
Yeah, it's not about the movie. I just want to see 3 pretty ladies flouncing around all day.
I mean, if anything, I think it would be great as a great way to introduce Poison Ivy and Catwoman and all those. If to get them out there, if you didn't want to have them in the Batman movie or anything like that, I think that would be a cool way to get them. Just get them out there, and then maybe put them in later on or something in the movie. I don't know.
So, do they have any idea who's cast as Catwoman or Poison Ivy yet?
No. I know Aubrey Plaza wants to be Catwoman.
Who?
She has said, but Aubrey Plaza. I can't think of. I had it up on here, but it didn't make the cut.
I was thinking you said Idris Elba. I'm like, oh no.
No. Good Lord, no.
He has a soft brown eyes for it.
I'm telling you, if anybody could make it work, it would be him.
Yeah.
that dude could make reading a phone book interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of Idris Elba, I watched a video today that the director of that Dark Tower movie, somebody from IGN asked him, had Stephen King seen the movie yet? And I haven't read the book, so he said Stephen King replied, sent him an email after he watched the movie and said, "It seems like you've seen the face of your father," or something like that. And the way they talked, that was a big praise from Stephen King, from in a quote from the book or something. I don't know, but if Stephen King thinks it's cool, I think it'll be good. I've yet to see it, so I'm not gonna. Don't hold me to that. But that's all the movie news I got.
Okay, so the other thing I wanted. Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
I have one quick bit of news that I saw just about like half an hour before we started the show. There's really no news, details yet, but Netflix has confirmed there is going to be an Iron Fist season 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I just didn't add it to my panel because I already had a full slate.
Yeah, and there's really no details yet. All they've said is that it's coming.
Yep. And I know they were playing up Punisher. They were showing a bunch of Punisher clips from the Defenders and all this kind of stuff. So it's looking like we are going to get the Punisher for November.
Stranger Things in October.
Yeah. Walking Dead in October.
I have some other news I read before I jumped onto. It's not movie news. It's comic related. They're saying that the Dark Matter series that's coming out for DC is starting with Metal, DC Metal. It's all the books are going to be $2.99. They're not going to be any variant covers at all, which is kind of nice. I dig that, to where they're not going to go into the hype about having 15 variant covers for issue 1. They're not going to have any variant covers.
You talking about for Metal or for those Batman one-shots?
it says all the other titles that are coming out. The Dark Matter, the Silencer, the
the Immortal Men.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's actually nice. I enjoyed not having the variant covers. Because it's just at that point it seems like it's a money grab for the comic book company.
I thought you were going to say Metal. I was going to say, well, I've ordered variant covers for Metal. They better be refunding my money.
No, I think Metal's probably going to have variant covers, but the other titles that are tied in with it won't. So that's the one little bit of piece I have. So I think we're probably going to end up cutting it short tonight. We don't have any Funko news because Mike is not here, so he'll be able to catch up maybe next week. But do you have any?
I will drop a little bit of Funko news. And I only know this because I was looking for him pretty hard. Bruce Wayne seems to be in stores if anybody's looking for him from the San Diego Comic-Con. Ares went up. Bruce Wayne never went up, but my buddy actually found me one in he's a Toys R Us exclusive. And you have to go in there, and if your Toys R Us tells you they don't have them, they have them in the back. And you have to go back there and check. And
those bastards.
Our store only had 6 of them. They didn't even know. There was 2 boxes set off to the side that weren't even opened, and they opened them up, and there they were, Ares and Bruce Wayne. So if you're looking for him, it hadn't went up online, but.
And I would just like to say, I finally got the son of a bitch.
You got your juggernauts.
I think you're the first person I've ever seen have one that I know anyway.
I tried to find more, but I could only find one.
Yeah, I don't have no Funkos for me today.
The Walgreens is one of the worst places to get exclusive pops.
Well, I'm lucky. I've got like 8 Walgreens around me, and all of them always have different ones.
Yeah, so I have 2, and they very rarely have anything.
I have 1. I don't have nothing.
So, okay, we'll go ahead and wrap it up, and we'll go. Paul, do you have any shout-outs tonight?
Well, I would just like to do my Sesame Street moment, and today's show has been brought to you by Bellhaven 90 shilling wee Scottish ale, and something that should be freaking illegal, wasabi Doritos. I have a big freaking bag of these, and they are the best freaking chips ever.
Paul is Juggle-Nut, yeah. That was my take on Juggernaut there, if you didn't catch on there. Trinity, how about you?
Just shout out to everybody. Shout out to Bruce Zayas. He was going to look for me a Bruce Wayne pop, but I actually found him. Shout out to Golden Car Comics because he was going to get me a Man Bat, but I actually just didn't go through with getting it. He was going to pick me up one at his local shop. But anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Mike, who is feeling pretty rough right now, I think. So shout out to him. He had a chest buster that busted out of his banana.
Whoa! What? Wait a minute. He didn't bust out of his banana.
Yeah.
No.
He was showing on Facebook,
banana-shaped chest buster, not busting out his banana.
No, man, the chest buster busted out of his banana that he put on Facebook with the big hole in it.
Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. Okay, but that sounded totally wrong. I didn't even want to bother watching that video you posted on there about the bananas thing.
Yeah.
We have a couple new subs on our Blast It or Stash It YouTube channel, and that's Cusack Clone 81 and Longbox Love Affair. So thanks, guys, for subbing us up. And I think that is going to be it tonight. I said, well, we're busting in just over an hour, barely. And so with that, whether you blast it or whether you stash it, happy reading, and we'll catch you next week, guys.
Later, guys.
Later, all.